today doing an update video on Tyger. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I finally sort of noted everything down and, you know, sorted out a plan on what to speak on and everything. So hopefully this isn't too boring, and it might be a long video, so I don't know, grab yourself a drink, any drink, alcohol, tea, coffee, whatever. So I'm gonna try to get through everything as fast as I can, but try not to miss anything out. So I've pretty much noted everything down on my phone. So I'm gonna sort of start from the beginning, sort of, not the very beginning like birth, but from when we started to have a few issues. Okay, so pretty much between like the 4th and 5th month he wasn't gaining weight, and his head also wasn't growing as well. This was when we went to see the plunkett nurse for a checkup, and then I thought maybe I'd go see a lactation nurse, because at this point I was breastfeeding, and I went to see her. She taught me how to latch on properly, because I thought maybe that might be the problem. He's not latching on properly, so he's not getting enough milk or whatever. And we went back again for a checkup and still no progress, so I thought maybe switching to formula, and we did that. And he took formula in a bottle fine for the first week that he was first introduced to a bottle, and then all of a sudden it was just crazy. So he didn't want the bottle at all. Like, he struggled to take the volume as well, so we were getting in about 30 to 60 mils of it. Honestly, it was horrible. It was really hard. Okay, so yeah, he went to taking maybe about 30 to 60 mils, and then we really just wanted to get the milk in him, and it would take us about 45 minutes to an hour just to get maybe around 100 mils or so. And yeah, it was just a bit of a struggle for a while, and then we got referred to a developmental therapist who came to see us at home, and she obviously saw Tyger, what he was like. She asked for the nurse and speech and language therapist to also come and review Tyger, because he obviously had issues with feeding, and he was really small too, wasn't gaining weight, etc. And that was pretty much like the turning point. So after we saw the developmental therapist, the community nurse, and the speech and language therapist, they all had a look at him. They immediately saw that something wasn't right. His tone was really low, and the community nurse actually put in a word to the pediatrician we were seeing. Then in like the next 2 days we went to see the pediatrician, so she called me up wanting to see us, and we spoke about, you know, all the issues that are going on with his feeding and everything, and she got us admitted into Wellington Children's Hospital. We were admitted on the 21st of June, so that was a Friday. He got the nasogastric tube, and we also saw a dietitian at the hospital, and then she sort of looked at the formula we were giving him and everything. She worked whatever she did out, and then we also got given collagen. So it's pretty much just extra calories for him. It's a mixture of water and fat, maybe a bit of sugar in there or something, just to give him extra calories so he can catch up on his weight. With his weight, when we first went into the hospital, he started off at 5.34, and then we were in there for 4 days, and by the end he had gained 200 grams, so we left the hospital at 5.5 kgs. And before that, when we went to see the plunkett nurse, he had only gained like maybe about 120 grams in a month. So 200 grams in 4 days. The changes in him ever since we got the nasogastric tube, that first few days to a week, he was happy, he was more alert, he had plenty more energy, he started to reach for things, grab things. Before that he didn't do much, to be honest. He didn't even try to reach for anything or like try to, you know, play with toys or anything like that. So that was also very good to see. It has been about 2.5 months now since the hospital, and he is about 9 months, and he is currently at 6.8 kgs. So in 2.5 months he's gained what, 1.5 kgs in about 2.5 months, which is good. We had a few weeks where he was sick and teething, so his weight was sort of the same for 2-3 weeks, but other than that we're pretty happy with his development. He is doing a lot better. He's stronger, he's a lot more alert. Also with grabbing things, at first he was sort of doing like big movements, and now he's just sort of reaching straight for things. He's rolling everywhere, so we have to be super careful, especially with his tube, because he's rolling and stuff. He likes to grab everything, so he likes to tug on it. Funny story, today he actually pulled the tube out while he was in the car, and he didn't make any noise at all, but when we changed the tape he screams. So it's gonna be fun getting it put back in. He is also a lot stronger and he's less floppy when you hold him. So like before you couldn't really hold him around your hip because like he sort of hunched quite a bit, so now he's a lot more upright and can hold himself up a lot better. He's really good with playing with toys. Like if you show him like hitting on one of his toys, he will sort of copy and do the same thing. The guess downfall is that we are still struggling to feed him. He's not taking as much solids. Like we went through a phase where he was loving solids. He was opening his mouth and he would just want all of it, and I think maybe about 3 weeks ago he would have like a whole pouch of baby food each meal, but that was just like on one weekend and we thought everything was going good, and then he started teething, and ever since then he's been not really interested in his food. Like he will have a few spoonfuls and then he's almost had enough. We still haven't made progress with his bottle feeding. He's happy to take water, he loves water, but as soon as you put milk in it he doesn't want any of it. Yeah, there's a few things that we are trying to do at the moment. So we saw the pediatrician today actually, and he said he's probably just sensitive to taste and everything, so maybe trying a bottle of water with just a sprinkle of formula, and just each day increasing the amount of formula we add to it just so he can adjust to the taste. So we're hoping that that works so we can get the tube out eventually. Yeah, so pretty much our goal is to have the tube out by his first birthday, which is in about say 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Moving on to the next sort of section, I'm going to talk about the pediatrician and what he said, and you know, all the information that we've gotten from him. So first thing is that Tyger has been diagnosed with GDD. GDD is a global developmental delay, so pretty much he has some type of disability. Tyger is at the developmental stage of about a 5 to 6 month old, I'd say, more maybe closer to 5. I'm not too sure, but all babies are sort of different, so yeah, maybe around 5 to 6 months. We were told that he's probably not going to be able to catch up to babies his age, and it could be an ongoing issue for the next few years or even longer, but it's sort of just a general diagnosis at this stage because we still haven't found the cause. They think that it could possibly be an underlying genetic condition. So he's had a lot of genetic tests, and they've all come back negative or come back clean pretty much, and there's one more that they're doing at the moment. So today me and Fergus actually had to get our bloods done, just so they can send mine, Fergus's and Tyger's blood samples to overseas. I'm not too sure where, but they're just gonna look at everything and hopefully find the cause. So I guess the good thing is that Tyger's making a lot of progress, and we sort of don't know what to expect in the future, but we're not worrying too much about that because the pediatrician said it's always good to hold on to hope, and maybe after seeing Tyger for about a year, he can make a more accurate prediction, but we just don't know yet, and hopefully we find out soon. Hopefully this genetic test has an answer for us. Okay, and the third thing that we had going on with Tyger was his skull. So his fontanelle was closed, but his sutures, I don't know how to say that word, but they are still open, which is good. We saw the craniofacial team maybe a month ago or so, and they were super happy with Tyger. They saw he was happy, he was alert, he was looking around, being nosy, so if someone was talking he would look over to them, and so he was showing interest in things. So the craniofacial team also think that he was a fail to thrive baby, so inside and out. Obviously I had a few little issues during my pregnancy, and then after birth we were in special care as well, but that's a whole other story. So they said to us just to focus on his nutrition, and I think for a baby who was sort of lacking in nutrition or something, it could take months to recover and start catching up. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. We're honestly just hoping that a lot of nutrition and everything will help him get to where he needs to be. It's sort of hard at the moment because he's struggling with his feeding, but we're trying our best. With the MRI results, it showed that his brain was functioning normally. It was just on the smaller side, and he maybe had like a tiny bit of excess fluid, I think around the front or something like that, but it's not like a really big concern. So they would be concerned if he had like a growing brain but a small skull and there was pressure there, and that's when they would need to operate. So we don't need to operate, thank God, because going through that just would be scary. It started to get a bit dark, so yeah, hopefully I did a good job of updating you guys and it wasn't too boring. But if there are any other questions or anything else you want to know, just let me know, either comment on this video or just message me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and I'll either answer it in like a Instagram story or maybe another video like this if there's any more updates with Tyger. So yeah, thanks for putting up with me and watching this video. Thanks everyone for all the messages and stuff. I really appreciate them and I like reading them because I guess they make me feel a lot better. So yeah, I guess I'll just see you in my next update video. You want to tell a story?